It is natural for one to develop a facade to influence how people perceive us. Some project an image of perfection to mask their basic insecurities. Others don't have the luxury of worrying about first impressions. And some people find their best intentions often backfire. Yes, we all veil our truths, but how we leave an impression is what defines us. Security can be difficult to acquire. Some of us pursue security in the company of others, whereas others rely on more complicated measures. But regardless of what means we choose to protect ourselves, there is no question that there are few things as unsettling as when our own security is called into question.
Honey, don't be alarmed, but someone broke into the house early this morning while we were sleeping. I'm sorry, honey. He's fine. Everything is fine. This is Officer Brown. He can tell you what they found so far.
I'm sorry, ma'am. I wish I could say good morning to you, but under the circumstances. At this point, we don't know. Mr. Fox's portrait was stuck to your desk with a combat knife, so we took him down to the station to question him. Not that he's a suspect, but the evidence points to him being the intended target. Someone is obviously trying to send a message to him. Well, ma'am, we don't have all the facts yet, but it appears that whoever was in your house this morning had some resentment toward Mr. Fox. And they were most definitely looking for something on your computer.
I'm not sure what they were looking for, but I'm staying home today. Wouldn't feel comfortable leaving my wife alone after what happened.
Well, I'll leave you two alone. If we come up with any new leads, I'll contact you immediately.
Thank you, officer. It's actually a relief. I'll stay home and lounge around the house all day doing nothing. Pretty much what my wife does all week, but for me, it'll be a vacation. Save the women's lib stuff for your girls' poker game. We know the real deal. You're on, honey. Tell you what, I'll stay home and do all the chores today. I'll even cook dinner. It'll be a cakewalk compared to a day dealing with patients. Give me a little lesson in the kitchen then. I'm a quick study. I'm sure I'll be able to whip something up in no time. Wow, that was amazing. Nice job. That meal looks delicious. I'll do my best, dear, but I'll be lucky to be half as good a cook as you. I have to tip my hat to you, dear. You are going to be a tough act to follow. I'll start cleaning immediately and I'll make dinner as well as I can.
Hello? I'm sorry to bother you, but I just got off the phone with my brother Frank. No, they're done with him. He just called me to tell me a whole bunch of stuff. I gotta tell you, I am still shaking from what he told me. That's actually why I called, to let you know that Frank's on his way over to your house. He wants to tell you everything. Just be aware of one thing. My brother feels terrible about getting you mixed up in this. He's a good man, and he'll do whatever he can to help you out. Just listen to what he has to say. He'll be there any second. He said he needs to tell you the whole story himself.
Hi, I have to apologize to you. Well, it's a long story, but don't worry, I'm gonna tell you everything. I owe you that for getting you involved in this whole thing. Okay, well, it all started about a year ago. I was working for a large finance company. One night at the bank, I had to replace some drives on the server. I was backing up all the data when I noticed a pattern. Each night at around 2 a.m., thousands of transfers, each containing a small amount of money, were being moved to accounts offshore, mostly in the Cayman Islands. It turns out the top brass were running a skimming operation and funneling money offshore into a slush fund. I'm not sure what they were using the money for, but I figured out that in the 3 years that I worked there, they must have funneled over $20 million into each account. I made the mistake of asking one of the junior partners about it at the bar one night. He seemed as puzzled as I was, and a week later, he went missing during a boating trip. There was never any official investigation done by the police. I was pretty sure they were connected, though. After that, I decided to keep my mouth shut and find a way out of the company as fast as possible. To cover my ass, I copied the evidence onto backup disks to help prove that I wasn't involved in the scheme, and then I resigned. That's why I need to apologize to you. Remember when we first met and I came over and helped you set up your computer? In any event, as I was setting up your computer, I installed a Trojan program so I could route my surveillance spyware through your computer. I wanted to keep an eye on the emails and the chat traffic at my old building, but I didn't want them to know where I lived. So I was remotely using your internet connection to monitor their transmission. That's pretty much what happened, but I just wanted you to know that they shouldn't be coming back. I also wanted you to know that I never used the spyware to read your emails or anything. I only used it to monitor what they knew about me. I'll admit I knew these men might resort to violent means to secure their illegal financial dealings, but I thought that I'd gotten away untainted when I resigned. After I talked with the police and that federal agent, I decided to wrap all of this up my own way. The agent is that guy in the trench coat who's been walking around town lately. His name is Eric Larson. The less you know about my plans, the safer you are, so I'm not going to say anything else. Well, Eric might be able to tell you more. He seemed very interested in you and your family, actually. Actually, he seemed interested in a strange way. I didn't tell him anything about you that he didn't already know, though. Well, when I left the police station, he mentioned that he was going to do some window shopping.
Hello. I thought I might find you down here. So I guess Frank told you about his morning meeting with the police earlier. What did he tell you? Maybe I can fill in the blanks. First, in my professional opinion, Frank is an upstanding kind of guy. I wouldn't worry about his integrity, and he is certainly no danger to your family. He was in the wrong place at the wrong time, but he seems to have covered his bases, and he's in full cooperation with my agency now. I can't really tell you anything about the case. Just rest assured that Frank Fox is no danger to you, and that his problems are about to be over as well. I'm sorry I can't be more forthcoming with you. You'll have to just trust me on this one. I have been following this case for a long time. Your involvement with it is admittedly quite a surprise, but I'm confident that the case will be closed very shortly. Just be careful where and whom you start snooping around. It would be a lot safer to just stay in your house and report anything out of the ordinary to the local police. Again, I apologize for being vague, but in time, all of this will be over. There are people watching you to keep you and your family safe. I'm sure we'll speak again soon. Try to relax and have a good day.
Hello. Are you busy? I need to talk with you. I'd feel a lot more comfortable talking to you in person. Can you come over? Oh, no, I can't wait that long. Come over as soon as you can. I don't mean to be pushy, but it's very important that we talk.
Thank you so much for coming over. I'm sorry if I sounded like I was begging. I just felt like I needed to see you face to face. Okay, I'm a little nervous to even ask you, sweetie, but you're the only one I can trust. As you know, Frank is in some trouble, and I have this strange feeling that something bad is going to happen. I know I tend to be a bit melodramatic, but I think I need to make a plan to defend myself, and Frank too. I need a gun. I thought you would understand, or at least not judge me. How dare you make me feel bad for trying to protect myself and my family? There is one catch. Due to a past incident I'd rather not go into right now, I can't purchase a gun. I figure you're connected in the neighborhood. You have influence, and you might know of a way to procure a gun for me. I mean, you're friends with Mike Delfino and Bree Vandekamp, right? You could probably just borrow a gun from one of them. I'm just not ready to tell my story to everyone around here. Besides, your recent burglary makes you such a sympathetic person. It will be a piece of cake for you. Now, if they're not home when you get there, feel free to just sneak in and borrow it. I'm sure they won't miss it for a week or so. I really can't thank you enough. This will be the single greatest thing anyone has ever done for me. You are saving my life here. Seriously, though, I can't thank you enough. This will be our little secret. I'll be awaiting your return.
I've got a moment. What's new?
I think I get it.
No, he'd never do anything like that. Hi, honey. How's your day going? This work is a lot tougher than I thought. Those mineral stains in the kitchen sink wouldn't come out no matter what. You weren't kidding. Cooking was tough too. I had to throw the apron in the trash. Maybe we can arrange something for later. In the meantime, you want to check out the upstairs shower? I spent 2 hours making it sparkling clean.
reaches for his knife in a desperate attempt to defend himself, but it's too late. The madly flapping assailant has already begun to claw and peck out the eyes of the hunter.
Oh,
He
hello there.
squeals and wildly flails away at his avian attacker. And so, the cycle of life continues.
Of course. Come in and we'll see what I can do.
The house is immaculate. The caviar is chilled. The wine is comfortably breathing in hand-blown carafes. There's only one problem. You forgot to buy fuel for the fondue pot. You start to panic. You try to remember. When was the last
It's
time you
perfectly
made
fine.
fuel? Do
What's
you
the
have any spare
matter?
cans of fuel in the basement? It's no use. The party will be ruined. You'll be embarrassed, and you'll probably lose your job and your wife.
How many times has this happened to you? Don't let another day go by.
Oh
without
yes, I heard about it. It's dreadful. Was anything stolen? How are you holding up?
Controlled analog cheese filtration unit. You can quickly and easily melt any currently known cheese in a matter of seconds. Each Cheese Laser 5000 comes complete with everything you'll need, including goggles, a carbon fiber smock, and 50 yards of polystyrene monofilament. Don't delay. Ehrlichman's Cheese Laser is available for a limited time only.
What do you
Only shipped
mean?
directly to your door
What are you going to do?
Order yours today.
Send check or money order for $39.95 plus $23 shipping and handling to Fondue Faux Pas, Ann Arbor, Michigan, 48105.
You can never be over-prepared, especially when it comes to the security of your family. Is there anything I can do to help you out?
We gotta get out of here! Here they come again!
Well, this is no joke. I guess I can let you borrow my gun. Just be careful. If you need any help, I can show you how to use it.
You did the best you could do, Sarge. I'll save you a seat in heaven.
Anything to help out a friend in crisis. Let me go get it for you. Wait here. Here you go. This one is reliable. Just keep it as long as you need it. I hope it makes you feel more secure.
Dogs love meat. Even meat from animals you've never heard of. Lamco's meat snacks are imported from a variety of countries, with laws far less stringent than our...
Good afternoon. Can I help you with something today? You're in luck. I just had a cancellation. What's on your mind today? quite normal to feel as if you've been violated after a robbery. If it didn't affect you, well, I'd be more worried. Emotions can be tricky things, and in this sort of situation, it's hard to get closure. Listen, I know this will sound odd, but I recommend that you write a letter to the people who committed the act. It's obviously not for them, but I find it to be wonderfully therapeutic for my patients in these kinds of situations. Is there anything else bothering you? Have you talked about this with him? What makes you feel so strange about him? Did he say something odd or overly familiar to you? Well, he works for the government, so it probably comes with the territory. Was there anything else on your mind? Unless it deals with you personally, try not to let it affect you. It's important not to project other people's problems onto ourselves. We have to let go of things that we have no control over and just try to remain positive. Well, I hope that it helps. Is there anything else you wanted to ask me? Did he say something specific? Sounds like you have some serious issues to address. I'm going to have my work cut out for me here. Is there anything else you wanted to ask me?